Alright everybody, welcome back to Uncrackable Royale. Today we have the second update since the renewal of Uncrackable, and this one is pretty big. So the biggest part of this update is definitely the March featured creators. This is actually starting a whole line of featured creators throughout this whole year, at least. I might continue it on past that. We're going to get into that in a second, because there are a bunch more changes that we're going to be going through. And it's probably in the title. There are 13,800 V-Bucks available up for grabs, and I will be telling you guys how you can win them when we come back and talk about these featured creators, which will be towards the end, because that's the most important thing here, so I'm leaving it towards the end. Let's start with some of the minor map changes. Okay, to start off, we have something interesting here. It's really minor, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it signifies something happening on the map, which are these red industry satellites. All of them across the map are now turned to be facing towards staggered streets. It's kind of like representing the shift in power on the island from Reactor Row to staggered streets. So now that's kind of the stronghold of like power, because that's where, you know, this like what do you call it, the regime of the red industry now is based out of staggered streets. Then the next little map change here is we have troops from Fort Quincy as well as the red industry now having a fight right outside of Obliterated Bay. So this is they're readying up for the Battle of Obliterated Bay and seeing who's going to be able to take it, because that is the last unclaimed territory on the map. Okay, the map. I don't know what's going on with the map. But yeah, it's the last unclaimed territory on the map. So we'll see either next update or maybe the one after that who gets it. Alright, there are a couple more map changes, and then I'm going to go over loot pool changes and one little thing that has a big story significance, and then we'll get into the March creators and how you can win those V-Bucks. So the next change is that these M-Vans have made it to the star. So they've been moving over here over the past couple updates, and now they're finally there. And then finally, there have been attack aircrafts prepared at both Fort Quincy and staggered streets. So here are the Fort Quincy attack crafts, and here are the staggered streets ones. Alright, now loot pool changes. I've added the thermite, the Medmis smoke grenade, porta cover, and the shockwave rocket launcher to the loot pool. So all really fun items from the newer Fortnite season, and I mean, I think they're all really cool, so I threw them in. So they are kind of rare. Not the items are not that rare, but the rocket launcher is kind of rare. So I mean, it is really powerful too, so it makes sense. Now the last thing we're going to look at is new lore books kinda that have been added around that are going to be changing every update. There will be new ones of these to kind of develop the story, because what I was trying to do before, back a couple years ago, before Uncrackable kind of broke and had to be rebuilt like this, I was trying to work on trailers and stuff and like actual cinematics. They were taking forever. I had voice actors set up for all the characters, but I couldn't get the lines that I needed from them. They just wouldn't return the lines when I asked for them. So I still might use them. I'm still planning on doing cinematics for like big events, but for these little things, it'll be so much easier just to pack them in to these little books. So there are 4 in the new update, and I'm going to quickly be going over each of them. So, dropping into Fort Quincy here, I was going to call it Shaky Shelter. It's not called that anymore. In Fort Quincy, you can come over to this red house, and up here there's a little desk with Kylie's journal on it. So you can hit that to read it. Now, here's Kylie's journal entry number 1. I blew into this town a few days ago. My house in Staggered Streets was taken over by Red Industry mercs. I had a close encounter, but apparently not all Red Industry soldiers are as bad as the others. I think I'll be alright here for a while. I even met a couple of guys that helped me assimilate. So, that's the first entry. Kylie's journal will be updated every update. Yeah, I guess. Alright, so now we're dropping to Staggered Streets, where 2 new lore entries are. The first one, you can come down here to this house, which was always a Red Industry base from the start, but now it just fits in with the rest of the buildings more. Come up here, and then on this railing is Kenneth's notes. I'm gonna open this chest that's not making the noise. Alright, there are too many chests around. So you can come into Kenneth's notes. A couple weeks after I was forced into this Red Industry garbage, I met this girl on her way out of Staggered Streets. There should be a comma here. I'll try and fix that. She was definitely spooked, and I'm pretty sure she was the one who took down the guy I was stationed with. I sent her towards Shaky Shelter because I've heard that's a safe spot for survivors to escape to. I'm feeling good about that, but on the business side of things, it's a bad situation. I've heard that General Veruga is going to be coming down from Reactor Row to fortify this town. I'll definitely be watched closer once that happens, so I'll need to pull my act together. And you can switch through the pages like that, and yeah. Now the next one... Alright, the next one is in this little silver building on the other side of town. You can come right in here, and there is here on the table the Red Industry files. So you can read it, and it is the Eastern Staggered Streets employee list. So here we have Edward sent to patrol Michael, taken out by unknown perpetrator. Kenneth moved to Western Side, keep close watch. Moved to become a prison guard on Stephen, and then Paul was sent to patrol, Alexander sent to patrol, and Gabriel is MIA. Now, moving on to the final one. Alright, before we go to this last one in Obliterated Bay, I'm going to ask you guys if you could please put in code GravyMan if you're going into the item shop to buy anything. I really do appreciate it. It actually helps me out a lot. So thank you to everybody who's doing that. Now, let's go to Obliterated Bay. Now, you can drop down into this little, like, factory building. Kind of destroyed. But up here, there is Read Gorse Logbook. So, the Gorse Logbook. After running here during the Veruga takeover, I've managed to sneak back into Reactor Row twice. Both times, I've looked for anything that I can possibly use to get the Red Industry back on the good side of history. Not quite sure yet, but I think the answer might be in the Shield Core and log. So that is the final note. So those 4 entries are quite significant, but of course they're going to keep building. There's going to be more of them every update, and if you guys know the story from before, then you will definitely recognize Veruga and Gorus. Those are names that had been mentioned a lot. Gorus was like the main character, kinda. I mean, not really. There's not really a main character, but he's like the main one from the story back all those years ago when the map first came out. So, yeah, now we're going to finally get into the V-Bucks and the featured creators. Let's go. Alright, here is the March featured creators. Now, the reason there's 3 of them... Okay, I'm going to get into this whole thing. So, in December, when this map dropped, I had V-Bucks codes. Well, they weren't the actual codes, but I was giving away V-Bucks if you could find hidden messages across the map. And it was so fun, because, like, all day, people were trying to find the codes, and it was really awesome to be in contact with the people that were searching every corner of the map, try and find these codes. And I hope they all enjoyed their V-Bucks, because they worked hard for them. And after that, I was like, that was awesome. I want to bring that to people who, like, can't buy the V-Bucks codes, you know? Because, I mean, it helps me out, because, of course, people are playing the map. Like, that always is going to help me out. And it was just fun for everyone. And then the people looking for the codes got free V-Bucks. So, now, what I've gone ahead and done is I have given 2,000 V-Bucks codes to each of the creators here. Originally, it was going to be one creator a month, but of course, I couldn't do it in January or February. I just took too long. So now I've got all 3 in March. Following this, there will be one creator a month, but I just couldn't let January and February go by like that. It only felt fair to make up for it like this. These are our 3 creators. In each of their maps is hidden things that you can find to get the V-Bucks. Now, there's going to be more details on each of their personal YouTube channels, which are, their ats are right there. So we have SkyX Reboot by SkyXon. This map is great. This is the only one that actually has a code, so you can go to it right now. Let me see, here's the code. And, yeah, or when you're in Uncrackable, you can use this matchmaking device. These other 2 don't have codes. I think they're both going to be hosting open lobbies this weekend. I know that TylerFNC is bidding. I'm not sure. You're going to have to go over to his channel to get more, like, details on how you can get into the game. But both of these are great maps. So, yeah, that's Helios by TylerFNC and Battlebound by Bidding. So all 3 of these are really great maps. I chose them through a few ways. First off, I see people, pretty much everything that goes into my Discord server, into the self-promo channel, I look at a lot of that. So I chose 2 of the people here from that. And then another one I got through, like, a recommendation from somebody. He just said that he was like, this guy's a really great creator, you should check him out, and I did, and he got chosen. So, but if you want to be featured, first off, getting a code on your map, like having a code on the map, is definitely going to make me want to feature you more, because it's just easier for people to hunt for things in your map if you have a code. It's not required, but it's a good thing to have. But I know, because I'm trying to feature, like, creators small. Oh, what? Okay. UFN is bugging out. This happened to me while I was working on the map yesterday too. This is annoying. But that's alright. So, if you want to be featured though, come post your stuff in my Discord server in the self-promo, and I will check that out for sure. And I'll reach out to you if I like your stuff. So, now, there are codes on Uncrackable, too. This isn't going to be happening every month, but I just happen to have codes. So I've put... There are 2 out there. But the V-Bucks gift cards that I have are worth different amounts. One of them is worth 2,800 V-Bucks, and the other one is worth 5,000 V-Bucks. So one person could be a huge winner for just finding one code, 5,000. So the way this is going to work, when the people come over to my Discord server, like when you found a code, you come over there, there's a channel, the Uncrackable Codes channel, you put in the code that you found, I will confirm that you found it, and then I will be spinning a wheel, and I'll record me spinning that wheel, which will tell me if you're going to get the 2,800 V-Buck code or the 5,000 V-Buck code, all up to luck. Because I don't think one's necessarily harder to find than the other. So I'm leaving it all up to luck. And that's how that's going to work. So that is everything in Uncrackable Royale Update 4.2. I also completely forgot to mention that I will be going live as soon as this video releases for probably a few hours. Playing Uncrackable. And I might even give some hints at where the codes that I hit are. So definitely, if you're coming by and it's only been a couple hours since I posted the video, come on and join in the map. The code's in the description. Alright, back to the video. I'm really excited about this feature creator thing, too. I think it's a really good way for me to give back to the community. And, yeah, I'm excited to see the kinds of people that I'll be featuring the next 9 months of the year. So, thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I would really appreciate it. I feel like I keep messing up talking, but it is kind of late at night right now. Because I really have to get this done. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please go and check out these amazing creators and their maps, especially if you want free V-Bucks. So, I should come up with a catchphrase, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.